What's going on, Evident? Big Jer, back with you guys again. And today, we're going to take a few minutes and get our minds right. We're going to learn how to approach synthesis. We're going to learn what to think. We're not going to get overwhelmed. We're going to tackle this in a logical way and get the best results we can. All right, let's get into it. So, you might be new to synthesis, or you may have tried to synthesize before and didn't have much luck, and that brought you here, and now you're trying to, try again. Either way, whether you're new at this and all of this is very new to you, all these new sections, or if you're just kind of new to synthesis in general and this is just a bit overwhelming, this is what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about how to have the confidence to sit down and make these sounds. Be honest with you, you could start opening up a can of worms if you get in there and you just start turning knobs. I mean, I know that's what everybody tells you, to just get in and start turning knobs, and in a sense that's true. You need to know what everything does, but we have to approach this in a logical way. I've designed this course to go through in a linear-ish type of way so we could get the best results, in the sense that you could make a sound with only using the wavetables or the oscillators. So what I recommend a lot is just turning everything off. Now, Serum's pretty good about coming in, everything turned off. Massive, on the other hand, you just have to go and turn everything off. But what I recommend at first is just use one section at a time. So, if you're totally new to this and you want to start making some sounds, just jump into a wavetable here. Grab yourself any wavetable at all and start experimenting with moving it around, adding some modulation. What are these different warp modes, that kind of thing. After you're comfortable with the wavetables, start adding in maybe a sub, or start adding in a noise oscillator, stacking up your sounds. And, when you're ready, start applying some filters and then move into the effects section. Don't feel like you have to jump in and do everything at once. That's going to be a little bit overwhelming, I think. Cool. Another thing to think about is in Serum, you've got you've got basic shapes, and you've also got wavetables. So it's like, do you use basic shapes? Do I use wavetables? Is there a better result from one to another? And the answer is, there is no answer, right? At the end of the day, we're synthesizing here, and whatever gives you the result is the right wavetable / waveform to use. That being said, I would start off with basic shapes if I were you. If you can go through and really understand what a sine wave is, and what a square wave is, and what a saw wave is, and all of those things, and you can understand how applying the different warp modes to them starts to, for example, if I go over here and I apply some sync to this, you could see how this is going to fold in on itself, okay? And you could tell that it's going to get higher pitch in sound, because you could see that it's squishing, right? So if I just turn this down, and you could see that that's happening or maybe you didn't know that, but as you turn the knobs and as your eyes and ears make connections, you will know that. There's other things like in here where you've got analog sine wave, right? And as I move through the wavetable, it just kind of moves it around a little bit, kind of how it would like in real life, because there's circuitry and electricity going through like an analog synth. So, learn how these things are moving, learn what you're doing to them, and then you'll see that you'll be kind of craving those wavetables. They won't be so scary anymore because you'll understand the basic shapes. Now, same thing over here with the filters. You've got your normal filters, which I recommend starting there. Learn what a low cut is, learn what a high cut is, learn what a band pass is, you know what I mean? And then you got multis, so now basically we're mixing two together, right? So if you just jump into the multis, I could see how that's maybe a mind blower, but if you know your normal ones, now you just have two. So basically your normal one, there you go, if I turn this on, you've got a normal low pass, right? High cut. But if I go into multis, then I can go to low, high right here, right? And you can see that if I bring this in, oh, look at that. I've got a low and a high cut. And I could automate and modulate them separately and individually to getting a multi-type filter. And then we've got all kinds of wacky flange and comb and phaser filters. And then we've got this miscellaneous one where it gets even wilder. So, start off with the ones you understand and then move in to, the deeper stuff. After all that, you're comfortable with all that, you can start getting into assigning macros and making this a little more playable, a little more you, if you know what I mean. All this happens over time, and like anything else, like learning a new language or anything that takes practice, I'm here to teach you the skills and to teach you the techniques, but it's up to you to develop those skills and develop those techniques and become a synthesizer. Cool. Well, we're going to be spending a lot of time together. I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you do. Let's get into it. Let's rock. Let's do it. See ya.